Good morning. I always say good morning. It is now noon, so I don't know if it's officially morning anymore, but I always start with good morning. So I'm going to do it again. I almost beat the clock. Some of you are still in morning. That doesn't sound right. Still in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Had an appointment at 10. So I'm just now getting some free time. So I promised yesterday, since I was gone all week, that I'd show up today too. So I'm showing up. Here I am. I'm in a really good space. So, time to share out some energy. Good morning. Good afternoon, Julie Kiss. We are into afternoon now. I'm so glad that you popped in with me. I didn't want to leave you guys out in the cold today. I had something going on at 10 from 10 to noon, so I'm just popping in now a little late. So I'm going back to the old Diana. The old Diana would just show up. Just hello, pop in the back door like friends. You know how friends do? It's like the backdoor friends, the ones that just kind of show up out of nowhere. That's what I am sometimes. So today, that's me. So I'm so happy to see you too, Julie. I have no idea where it's going. I'm in a really good space. I'm just going to let it flow today. I feel like we are in a time of releasing, really important time of releasing. So it's an important reminder for everyone. It's something that I've been reminded of multiple times. Yesterday was a big day for me as far as trying to let go of some residual energy that haunts me. And so it's all about those mood swings, those things that suddenly that old negative energy, the fears or anything that you have inside of you that keeps coming up, keeps popping up to the surface. We are in this time of like that spiral where things pop up, the dates hit us, and different things come up. So just show up. Want to meet you in person? I'll just show up at your back door one day. We'll go sit down and have some tea. I hope you've got some good chai waiting. Put it in your kitchen. We'll see. You know, between you going to Florida and you going up to New York, between the two, I've spent a lot of time in Florida, and I just got back from New York State. So it's not it's not out of the realms of possibility that I could show up at your doorstep one of these days. So I will be going back to New York within the next couple of months. Yes, yes, yes. And I will be going back to Florida soon. So just let me know where you are. I'd love to meet you. It may be just us. Maybe just us in here today. I'm late. And I feel bad when I do that because it's like, I should have been better about getting. Well, I couldn't get on time today. Saturdays, I'm normally not on. I usually take Fridays and Saturdays off. Since I was traveling Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I didn't really have time to get on. So this is just my way of saying thank you for sticking around. So it really is all about that. It's all about releasing right now. We're in a time of great releasing where things keep coming up. We kind of look at it from the negative side often. It hurts. You know, stuff comes up and we think, wow, that really hurts. But it's only coming back up for us to have that experience of it so that we can release it. So it's a 3-step process, and we've talked about it before, and I'm going to keep talking about it until this message gets out to people. As these residual energies, we only hold them in the body. The soul, the higher self, doesn't go to those places, can't come in low enough into that lower vibration to be in that space of grief or sadness or pain or fear, any of that. So we know that in that case, logically, we know that those things that we keep experiencing are lodged in the body, right? It's that the body holds the score kind of thing. And so as those things come to you, I know for me, it was last night I hit a pocket of grief again. So as it comes up for us to experience, it's time for us to say, okay, I'm going to experience this. I'm not going to shove it back down. I'm not bottling it up this time. I'm going to let it come up. I'm going to experience it. I'm going to feel it for a moment. I'm going to hold it like it's a cherished moment in my life. Those things that are painful, they're still a part of our existence. They're still there for us to learn from, right? So instead of saying, well, I can't have anything, I just want to get rid of this, it can be, or I'm going to shove it back down so I don't have to experience it, which I am a great bottler. I've always bottled up my emotions. I'm sure you have too. Most of us have done that at some point. When we bottle up our emotions, it causes blocks of energy inside of us. The energy doesn't flow properly. And when that happens, it keeps us from reaching those higher realms, getting our vibration up high enough so that we're trying to move into this higher frequency And then we get stuck, right? Good morning, Michelle. Michael, sorry. It helps to put on glasses. At first it was like Michelle, and then I was like, back here is Michael. Good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you for that well wish. So that's what we're all about. That's what I'm being given. The message to keep on repeating is don't bottle it. Don't bottle it. If you've got those emotions that are coming up, as they come up through that spiral of you, you don't want to push them back down. You want them to keep coming up higher and higher into that higher realm. So you acknowledge them. You say, oh, hello, hello. What is it that I have not learned from this experience yet? What is it I haven't learned from this pain? Let me go ahead and experience it. Let me fully immerse myself in it for a few minutes, as long as I can handle it, to see what it is that, see if it talks to me. See if it will give me that experience of, oh, there it is. Oftentimes I'll have that, your aha moments where you go into this deep, yeah, Steve has those blue eyes, you're right. Don't pull me back into it, Steve. Here's what I'm trying to do. With Steve, losing him was the most painful experience that I hope to ever have in this lifetime. And it was the most beautiful experience. He gave up, he stepped out of physical form to allow me to advance, to allow me to come into this higher elevation. And his stepping out actually brought me into a place that I wouldn't have gotten. And I remember a really beautiful reading after he passed. She said, he's sitting there talking. It was just very shortly, a month after he passed, but the messages were coming through so clearly. And he said, I can see you sitting there trying to work it out in your head. I can see the wheels turning, trying to figure out how you could have gotten to where you needed to go if I'd have stayed with you. But he said you wouldn't. You wouldn't have been able to get there if I'd have stayed in your life physical. It was his passing and stepping out of physical and still being a very active part of my life in spirit form, in his true self form, that allowed me, that helped me, and giving me that experience of pure source energy that he brings through to me, was what brought me to the place of being able to get to a higher space, to let go of more of that physical me. Because we get really hung up. All of us have that part of us, that voice that tries to tell us who we are all the time. People have always told us, and we have all of this stuff going on inside of us. And it oftentimes takes a traumatic experience for us to suddenly hit the ground and say, okay, I got nothing. This life right here, I came to a place where I was so low that I was ready to step out in front of a moving car as it came up over a hill in the dark. I was this close. It's the closest I've ever come. It was like 2 days after he passed, and I was so close to just saying, I can't do this without him. It's too painful. I don't know how to carry this much pain. I feel like I'm going to rip in half. I don't know how to live like this. And that was the lowest I've ever been. And then it took me to the bathroom floor, and it took me to that place of then saying, okay, I'm done. I'm done living this life that I've been living. It's over. It's changed. I can't live this life anymore. It was truly a dying to self. It was a piece of myself I released. I let go. That part of me truly died. And it changed me. I'm still here in physical form, but a piece of my egoic self, that person that I used to be, no longer exists. Now, there are still remnants of her, and that's the part that I'm talking about today. There are still those parts of her. I'll go and I'll look at these. It's funny because I was in New York and my sister gave me these cute little books, these picture books that were created on construction paper that were for my two oldest children. And it was when they were very small, and it was in my handwriting. It looked like a teacher had done it, but it was my handwriting, so I know that I did it. And it was Max trip to the zoo, and it had them, pictures of the zoo, and it was with Jess. It was just pictures of her life and her, whatever. I can't remember exactly how it was worded. And I can look at those pictures and I see people, I see them, I remember them at that age. I remember myself to a certain degree going through those steps, all those babies. I know that I've done it, and yet the energy of that person is no longer within me in a lot of ways. I don't remember even creating those books. There's a part of me that has stepped away from that very needy, and it sounds like I'm being difficult with myself, and I'm not. When I was young, I was very needy. I thought that I needed to look outside of myself for love. And so I married someone who was very, very incapable of giving me any kind of true love. It was always I was trying to fix him. I was trying to be what he needed me to be. There was a lot of manipulation coming at me, and it was me trying to make him happy, trying to create a happy world for him all the time. And then in my longing for love, I I stayed with him for a very long time, no matter what he did. And I brought 6 babies into the world because every time they would lay those babies in my arms, I would be head over heels in love again. It was like, oh my gosh, how did this beautiful being come from my body? I was overwhelmed with love, and that was a part of me. It was a symptom of a disease, in the truth. Now, I love the idea that I brought these 6 amazing humans into the planet, but it was a part of my need for love that brought me to that need to keep having babies, because I felt so empty inside. So when I'm talking about, okay, Steve passed and a part of me died, the part of me that died was that part that was so needy. She was so always looking on the outside for love everywhere. What Steve taught me was that that love that I longed for was already inside of me, that I am love. And that lesson that he taught me has been an ongoing lesson for the last 4.5 years. He's had to keep on, and my guides and angels never, that lesson continues with me, and it's not like I'm perfect at it yet. I have still had relationships. I've still looked for love in others. I've still been hurt deeply by others not being able to give me the kind of love that I offered to them. I've still had that very egoic side of me. Hi, Otto. I've still had that very egoic side of me that has struggled with that very deep-seated need to find love outside of myself, which is what all humans do. It's very human. The realization that keeps coming deeper and deeper to me is that those old parts of us, as we move from that very 3D self into this 5D that we are becoming, we don't instantly go from being this, this lower, always worried about, just the physical, to being, way up there someplace. We have this process that takes time and patience and lots of empathy and compassion for yourself, because you're going to continue that stuff, that residual energy of who you've always been in many lifetimes, and what we've actually chosen, because we chose to have this lower vibrational experience, right? It's all of us. We chose to do this many, many times so that we could learn. If we didn't want those lower vibrational experiences, there was no reason to come to this planet in the first place. We knew we were coming into a very difficult situation. We signed on for it. And so we took all this, we took on that. If we came here but remembering that we are higher beings and all this stuff, would we have experienced all the pain and suffering that we have allowed ourselves? No, there's no reason why we would have done that. So it was taking on this cloak of a different belief system, of amnesia, of forgetting who we really are. And in the process of taking on that cloak and that forgetfulness, we really did. We fully allowed ourselves, we immersed ourselves in all of the pain and suffering of the planet. And we did it on purpose. We're not being punished. We are the ones that chose this. We are in control here. We chose to have that experience. So in having that experience, humanity, all of us have already experienced all of that we need to. We've gone through it over and over again. It's now a broken record. We've done enough of the pain and suffering. We have learned from this planet. We've learned everything that we need to learn here. As a human race, we've already learned enough about fear and pain and suffering. And so now we're coming to a place where, okay, we're done with it. It's time to move up higher. It's time to remember who we really are. So that process of going through that remembrance sometimes takes a very traumatic event to shake us awake. So it might be the death of a loved one. It might be just someone that you really, really love pulls away from you suddenly, kind of rips that Band-Aid off, and you're like, oh gosh, how can I do this all by myself? What's going on here? And you go into that place of deep pain. And in that place of deep pain, you suddenly get the opportunity to remember that you don't need to look outside of yourself for the love that you feel like you've lost from that other person, that you still have it. It never went anywhere. You hear what I'm saying? I know we put all of our chickies in different baskets. We want to think that if anything ever happens to that person, I'll never survive it. You will. We survive all of it. We're very tough beings. We will survive. You will survive. And in going through that experience, you will wake up even further. So for those who have already gone through that experience, or for those who have not, this is your wake-up call right now to know that that experience, when you do go through that deep tearing away of that piece of yourself, and you think that you are surely never going to survive it, it is a moment of pain before absolute and total and complete bliss. It's your moment where everything seems like it's the same as we experience in the dying experience. People are always like, oh, they died, it's so awful. No, what happened was they had an experience where they had fear. Steve has made this very clear to me. There's an experience of, I'm afraid to go there. I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. And then the releasing is that momentary letting go is all it takes for you to suddenly find your bliss. We are doing this in physical form. We're going through an experience of dying to self to allow us to come into a higher reality of who we really are. You're still going to be you. You're still going to have that beautiful personality. You're still going to carry this physical. As long as you choose to stay in physical, you're still going to be who you are. But you will no longer be that person that's always grasping at people and needy and looking for, love and your things and your stuff. Got to have that car, got to have that house in order to be happy. It's the end of that stuff. You find your bliss just by being here, just by sitting down and calling it into yourself. You make that shift into that true self, your God self, in just a moment. And so those little residual energies will pop up to haunt you every now and then. And if you've already gone through this death to self, you'll realize now, as I'm talking to you, you'll go, okay, that's what's going on with me. I got this little echo of me coming back through. That echo of that needy, scared, whatever it is, that's experienced so many difficult things. It's still kind of bouncing around, dinging around inside of me. And when it comes back up again, I can say, okay, come here. Come here, you. Let me hold on to you. Let me love you. I love you for all of the beautiful experiences, all the amazing, all the painful, everything that you've been through. You deserve to be honored for that. You deserve to be loved for that. And so I love you, I honor you, and I now release you. And you call in Archangel Michael and you let it go. Just like a balloon, like you're holding a whole flock of balloons above your head. And you just let it go and watch it fly up, fly into the sky, and it's then recycled and repurposed. There's no waste in energy. All of that energy gets turned back into light and love, and it just rains back down on the planet. So all of this work that you're doing, this release of self, is finding love. Exactly, Julie. You can see that in others. Yes, you always will, Otto. You're exactly right. Steve is one of my most beautiful guides now. He's always with me. You're exactly right. And when I sit down here and I talk to you people, oftentimes it's him talking more than it is me. It's his wisdom from the other side coming through. So please know that we are all in this process, that I need people to hear this message, that if you're going through that, we're being pushed into these situations now, where those that we love are suddenly treating us poorly, or their attitude towards us has changed, and we're like, what's going on? I don't understand. We're going through a lot of loss, and we can sit there and go, what did I do to deserve all of this? Or we can go, wait a minute, I remember when Diane told me that this might be an opportunity for me. So I hope that stays with you, that as difficult as it is, on the other side of it, you will come away a brand new creature. And you will find bliss in the smallest things. The butterflies, you stop and smile at every butterfly and every flower. And then when the skies turn blue and the clouds are all puffy, and you climb up to the top of a mountain and the sun is setting and it brings tears to your eyes, everything becomes more beautiful. Everything. Because you suddenly step out of that very small self that's so needy and always looking for love in all the wrong places, and you realize that you are love, and that it's already there, and that everything around you is your creation. Everything. That butterfly, of course, that's yours. That's your gift. Mother Nature is always gifting you with such beautiful love notes because you are cherished and special and beautiful and perfect in every way. And your very presence here in physical form is being celebrated. So I need you to hear that. You are so welcome, Juliet. I'm so glad. I felt that urge to pop in here. I'm so glad that you're receiving. So glad. It's important for us all to remain here in physical form and to keep speaking through these vocal cords, through the mouth, smiling at one another and saying, we're going to be okay. Hey, you're going to get through this. It's going to be okay no matter what. I'm always here. We're always here for each other. We're going to walk each other right on through this, aren't we? We're here for each other to get to the other side of out of the pain and suffering and into our total and complete bliss, which is what we're moving into. So I hope that you receive that today. I hope you feel that. And if you're going through that, I encourage you. I encourage you to keep on working your way through the pain. Keep on letting it come up. You got to feel it to heal it. I keep saying that. I've been saying that for a year. You got to feel it to heal it. And that phrase keeps, what's a good word? It keeps developing, because I know for me, it's still changing. I'm still changing. I'm still growing. I don't expect that'll ever end. I'm ready to take it, whatever comes my way. I want to just keep on expanding and growing. And I hope that you too do that too. So as we're going through that together, we just kind of keep pulling each other up. We're on that mountain. You're here. I'm here. You're struggling. I'm going to reach down and help you. And in the moment when I'm down and you're up, you're going to reach down and keep pulling me up. We're just going to keep pulling each other up until we get up and out into that beautiful new experience of a higher frequency. No more pain, no more suffering. I know that's where we're going. And I can't wait. I can't wait. And in the meantime, while we're all still here hurting and suffering, I'm grateful to you for being a part of this experience with me. So let's do a quick meditation together if you'd like. Just some time to just release balloons. It's 12:22. It's perfect. I love those triple numbers. So get your feet grounded. Allow me to direct you through, to guide you through a little bit of a wonderland for a few minutes. Just some bliss. Share this bliss with me. Take a big breath and pull that energy all the way up. Feel it at the base of your feet. If you concentrate on it right now, if you really put your energy in your feet, you'll feel that heat down in your feet. Now I want you to pull that energy up your legs, up over your knees, like it's a big old warm blanket. You're just pulling it up over you. And I'm calling in Archangel Michael to wrap you up in a beautiful bubble of protection. As you pull that energy up, feel it coming up into your center. There you are, right there. Solar plexus heart area, you're right there. That's your center. That's where your higher self exists. That's where, when you call in, they're like, boom, right here, right there in your center. Take a big breath. Beautiful. Calling in Archangel Raphael for each one of you for any kind of healing. If you want healing, just say yes, and you'll receive healing energy throughout your body wherever it's needed. And you are completely protected. If you want to call in your guides, call in your loved ones that you're missing right now. Call in whoever you'd like, whoever's here for your highest of good. It's perfectly safe. You're so protected. Archangel Michael, only those that are here for our highest of good are allowed in this healing space. I want you to see yourself now. You're a little child, and you have a whole bunch of balloons, and they're every different color. Rebecca, hi. You have all these different color balloons rising above you. And they're picking you up off the ground. There's so many. You're a silly little kid, and you're loving it. They pick you up off the ground, and I want us to all fly together for a few minutes. So hold on tight to those balloons. You can wrap them around your waist if you'd like to. And let's just fly through the sky. See yourself now lifting up off the earth, higher, higher. Now tied to your feet, there's a few little, and in your hands, you've got some heavy clothes or some heaviness, some things that are holding you back. They're just old residual energy, things that you don't need to hold on to anymore. They're only keeping you close to the earth. And if you're ready, you can just let them go, let them fall one by one. Pull them off and let them fall. Whatever it is that you're carrying around with you that feels heavy, you know what it is. Old memories, old residual energy, things that no longer serve you. If you're ready to let them go, you just drop them. And as you start dropping those heavy energies, those balloons pick you up higher and higher and higher. And pretty soon you're way above the mountains. You can see a blue sky above you, and you can see a blue ocean beneath you. And you're just flying through the sky. Hi, Janine. Just keep on flying, enjoying that experience. And if you notice while you're flying through the sky that you're starting to come down low again, take another check, scan through. Is there something else that you can let go of? A lot of times we store those right around the solar plexus. Look around a little bit. What are you ready to let go of? What kind of pain is holding you back? You're not losing any love. You're never losing any love. You won't lose anything that you need. You're only letting go of those things that keep you stuck in that heavy energy. So releasing, letting go. And higher, higher, higher you go. You might even circle the moon. You're going so high. Just enjoy this flight across the sky. All of us together, I hear your giggles. I hear your laughter. The more you let go of those lower vibrational energies, the higher you fly and the louder you laugh. And you're all just being so silly now, flying circles around each other, enjoying this fun time. You might even take your balloons and bounce off of each other. Some of you, I see a group, you've joined up, you're each holding hands, and all of your balloons are making you fly even higher. You're helping each other to get higher in the sky. That's perfect. Thank you for doing that. There's a gentle breeze on your face. Just tip your head back, feel the sun, and feel that wind, little gentle wind on your face, cooling you down. There is clearing energy going through the third eye right now for whoever needs it. So you want to have some more experiences. You want that third eye nice and clear. Just say yes and let it. Calling in the angels now for all of you to clear all of those chakras. Pulling it all the way up. Into your feet, all the way up your legs. It hits the base of your spine. Then it starts swirling, swirling, swirling through every one of your chakras. Oh, you got a little stuck at the solar plexus. What are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? Let it go. Let it go. It's all right. It's all right. You're going to keep all of that important information that you learned from those painful experiences, but you don't need to hold on to the pain anymore. It's okay to let it go. Oh, there it goes. Spinning, spinning beautifully up into the heart. You all got such big hearts. Feel it. Feel that love in your heart now. Take a big old breath. Fill up your lungs. Nice. Nice shift of energy there. Perfect. Something just lifted off of one of your hearts. I hope that feels better for you. All the way up into the throat. Clearing away the energy. Allowing you to breathe easier. Allowing you to speak easier. Giving you that beautiful voice. You can speak your truth. It's okay. Don't keep hiding. Be who you came here to be. We need you to be who you came here to be. All the way up now into the third eye. Feel that little bit of pressure in the third eye as the angels work to clear that energy, clearing it away, allowing you to see the light and the love that is all around you, reminding you that you are love. You don't need to look anywhere else. Those relationships are okay. I'll tell you, they're a whole lot better once you put yourself in that place of knowing that you are the love that you need. You don't need to try to find it anywhere else. And then you'll attract someone else that's got that same way of being, and you'll be like, wow, now this is the way it's supposed to be. No codependency. Let's see, that's a good word. Interdependency. Soul dependent? I don't know. You can make it up. It's a beautiful thing, I promise. Find that love within you. It's right there always. Calling in your higher self. I can feel all of you just tapping on the door. Go on in. Go on in. Draw them into your heart. Your true self is now there, present, bringing in wisdom, guidance, love, fulfillment, bliss. Bliss. I love the bliss. So now as we're ready to start coming back down, I want you to just release one balloon at a time. It will lower you slowly back down to the earth. So there go some red ones. Go down a little lower. And a green one. Just keep going. Yellow. And blue. Purple. Who's got the purple balloons? I love purple. White balloons. All the colors of the rainbow now flying up into the sky. And you're down to 2, 3 balloons, and it's bringing you lower, 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 bringing you right back down to the earth, right there with me. We're all coming in together again. Bring yourself back down. And as your feet touch the ground, you can release whatever balloons you've got left. Let them fly up into the sky. Thanking them for taking you on that beautiful journey around the earth. Feel that earth under your feet now. Feel that earth energy come back up. Anything that's lower vibrational, anything that's still holding you back, any blocks, cords, attachments, anything, flowing back down into that earth and being recycled, coming right back up. Feeling that tingly heat down at the bottom of your feet, coming all the way back up into your legs and back up into your spine. And then you're going to light up like the rainbow. Now that all of your chakras are spinning, you're just going to go ding, 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 right up to the top. And when it comes all the way to the top, we're asking Archangel Michael to open up that crown chakra, instill nothing but unconditional love right from source down into your crown, filling you right up. Just wherever there's empty space, filling you up now. You let go of a lot. So this is the love that will fill those spaces. So letting it flow back in. There's something beautiful, really incredibly beautiful when we let go of lower vibrational energies and it's replaced with unconditional love. It's amazing. What a beautiful feeling. And it fills you right up. And as it does that, you start to bring your awareness back, thanking the angels and the guides. Everyone that you invited in, everyone that I invited in, all of your higher selves. Thank you to Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, please protect each one here and anyone that comes in the future. The beautiful bubble of protection, allowing each one of us to glow and to be shiny and bright sunshines within our perfect bubble of protection. Nothing comes in unless we allow it, and nothing goes out unless we allow it. We are in control. We shine as brightly as we'd like. Feeling that energy come back into your feet and up into your hands. Allowing yourself to come back into physical. Feeling refreshed, filled up with love, ready to share a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience. Thank you so much for joining me in that. Good morning, Lauren. Afternoon. Maybe still morning for you, actually. So glad you guys joined me in that today. Sometimes it's good to pop on at a different time. I see new faces, so I am grateful, thankful to all of you for joining me. On with the day. On with the day. How are we all feeling? Bliss. I hope that you walk away with bliss. Showering bliss. Everywhere that you go, you leave a trail of bliss. And anyone that comes anywhere near you today, they're going to feel that bliss. And they're going to go, what was that? I felt that. And if they're really, really sound sleepers, maybe it'll start to wake them up. Let's set our intention on that. Let the love wake them up. Thank you so much for joining me. Take good care of yourselves. I'm glad, Jilly. I'm so glad you're feeling that. Take good care of yourselves today. I will see you again tomorrow morning. I love you very much. Take good care.